With a heavy interest in sustainability, it's really no surprise that Tesla has gone on to become one of the most popular manufacturers in the world. And with the creation of its patented Gigafactory to push production into the millions, things are only looking up. But what do we really know about the innovative workshop and what makes it so advanced in the first place? Well, let's take a peek inside to find out more. What is the purpose of Tesla Giga Nevada? Before diving into the production line, it's important to know what Tesla has been aiming for with the creation of its very first Gigafactory. Situated in Story County, Nevada, this incredible facility takes the form of a lithium-ion battery and electric vehicle component factory. At first, that's what the official definition given by Tesla says. What this first Gigafactory was always meant to be, though, was a model for the future. Tesla has always wanted to be on the verge of technological wonder, and what is more technologically impressive than a factory that's able to produce units 24 hours at a time with as little human intervention as possible. But a plan like this requires extensive testing, which is essentially what Tesla wanted to do when building this advanced factory. Now that things are running pretty smoothly, it looks like the manufacturing giant is looking to build a few more gigafactories across the globe, a surefire way of bumping up production tenfold. According to reports, the Tesla Giga Nevada, as it's come to be called, has around 7,000 employees who work in manageable shifts around the clock. This allows the factory to crank out around 2 battery packs every minute, which is impressive in its own right. That being said, it's how the Gigafactory is able to produce so many components at a time that manufacturers around the world scratching their heads in confusion. It's not like automation of jobs in the manufacturing industry is a new concept or anything, but the extent to which the Tesla Giga Nevada employs technological assistance is absolutely mind-blowing. In fact, it's a wonder that even 7,000 employees are hired to watch over the production line, with the majority of work being done by the robotic equivalent of factory workers. Just how automated is the Tesla Giga Nevada? Just how automated the Gigafactory isn't something that Tesla's made known. To a large extent, the work done by its robotic employees is kept on the down low so that factory workers across the globe don't begin to panic. That being said, there are a few things that the public now knows due to an impressive factory tour that Tesla's decided to publish online. Taken through the various legs of production by Elon Musk himself, we were informed that the majority of the factory's robotic helpers are fully automated. In fact, each one makes use of a digital map of the factory on which their specific paths can be planned. Much like the programming of NPCs in a video game, these metallic workers move across their designated paths and complete the work that is waiting for them there. In other words, it's not like Tesla has created a factory full of robots that are about to rise up and bring the grim future of the Terminator franchise to our doors. Think of them as mere electrical components which travel from a programmable point A to a programmable point B, doing mediocre jobs and lifting heavy items so that the human staff members don't have to deal with it. But although this process isn't as innovative as technology fanatics might have guessed, it goes without saying that the constant movement of robotic helpers does wonders when it comes to the increase in production. Robotic workers don't get tired at all. And while these helpers moving along a fixed path, what this essentially means is that Tesla can have things moving from their inventory to line side without much human intervention at all. The fact that the Gigafactory has been aligned on true north also means that this equipment can all be easily mapped using simple GPS, something that has clearly helped improve the robotic assistance available. Is Tesla Giga Nevada safe for the environment? As you can imagine, a Gigafactory with the amount of automation that Tesla has employed is sure to ring up a pretty big electricity bill. And since the whole process behind the production of electric vehicles is to reduce the need to burn fossil fuels, the question that Tesla has been asked is whether their plant is actually worth the energy cost of production. And as it turns out, this is something that Tesla has obviously thought about. The fact that Tesla Giga Nevada has been aligned with True North sure does help for the calibration of its electric helpers, but this alignment has served an energy-saving function. Look at the roof of the massive factory and you'll see a number of solar panels, each of which have been properly aligned to ensure maximum power collection. But Tesla's gone a lot further than this, considering how the Gigafactory runs for 24 hours a day. making an over-reliance on the sun something that doesn't exactly make sense. In fact, Tesla Giga Nevada has been designed to be completely energy self-reliant, allowing it to function without making use of the electricity produced by the state of Nevada. According to the reports, the Gigafactory is actually powered by a combination of solar, wind, and geothermal sources, all of which work together to ensure that the production of electric vehicles can continue without having to rely on the burning of fossil fuels. There are also a number of energy-saving features that the Gigafactory employs on a daily basis. A great example of this is the excess heat that's created by equipment such as compressors. Rather than going to waste, this excess heat is reconverted to energy, which is then used to both power the equipment of the factory and keep it warm during the colder months of the year. There's also a 10 billion gallon of water stored outside of the factory, which is cooled down by the cold, dry evenings that Nevada has to offer. This water is then used in the Gigafactory to cool the plant down during the warmer days, along with the equipment that needs to be subject to cooling. Suffice to say, this is a lot better than relying on air conditioning systems that end up using massive amounts of electricity to run for 24 hours straight. So as it turns out, Tesla Giga Nevada, despite its size, has a carbon footprint of almost zero. Quite an impressive feat if we do say so ourselves. Does Tesla Giga Nevada simply manufacture as usual? Since Tesla is all about technological innovation, it won't surprise you to hear that there is more than manufacturing going on when it comes to the production line. In fact, Elon Musk has gone on record saying that the production that takes place at the factory is always being improved in a variety of ways. In other words, Tesla Giga Nevada also has a pretty large budget when it comes to research and development, something that has paid dividends and increased the production rate of Teslas over the last couple of years. Probably one of the clearest instances of this can be seen in the modifications that the Tesla staff have made to their stamping press. For those of you who don't know, a car manufacturer makes use of a stamping press to cut out the body panels of the vehicle it's making. And when it comes to the Schuler stamping press used to stamp out the body panels for the Tesla Model 3, the factory is able to do so at a rate faster than even Schuler itself. According to reports, engineers on site actually analyzed the press when first purchased, making a few changes to ensure that everything was working better than initially designed. And that's essentially what sets Tesla Giga Nevada apart from the other vehicle manufacturing plants around the world. Although it's nothing but a manufacturing factory, it operates like a university wing that has an ample budget to improve innovation at every turn. This also means that no rigid tasks are in the hands of human employees. While people on Tesla's payroll are there to look over and improve the automatic systems that rule the Gigafactory, it's the robot equivalent to them on the floor that really gets the work done. And if you really want to see more of this, take a look at the body assembly station that can be found on the northern side of the Gigafactory. Here you can see a long line of robotic arms, each having the job of working together to form the brilliant shapes that are the Tesla range of electric vehicles. You'll also find a pretty unique painting station through which the fully assembled vehicles have to travel, with a floor of collection grates to prevent paint waste and decorated from wall to wall in plastic sheeting. The painting room can also be seen to be ruled by our robotic equivalents. But as you can imagine, these arms are far different from the assembly line, with each one sporting a nozzle through which high-density paint is blasted onto the body of the vehicle. It truly is a sight to see and far more than any other plant can boast. What do you think of the innovation found at Tesla Gigafactory Nevada though? Something to be marveled at, or just another wealthy company looking to get us to buy their products?